Welcome back to my channel. I am Leo's Harmony. Today we're taking a look at a reading that basically involves what you need to kind of plan now. I think there's a message here about planning in terms of your guides. So we're going to go ahead and get started with a couple cards here that will kind of give us some information, and then it'll kind of lead us to wherever it needs to go. You got the card I Am Moving. It says between worlds, along the path, milestone, and travel. So maybe you have to plan a move, actually. Maybe there's a move that you have to do, and there's a need for you to kind of plan it. This doesn't necessarily have to mean like physically moving somewhere. It could also mean that you're deciding on a better path for yourself. That's different from what you've done. It could also talk about milestones here, or like you traveling somewhere. I kind of want to... No, okay. I'll use this deck later again to kind of get more information. But let me pull one from a different deck here. So you got the card the Initiate. So definitely something starting for you here. There's something starting where you kind of have to like move somewhere or do something along that nature. Let's get another deck here. Oh wow, okay. So you got the card Awakening. It says energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. And then you also got the card You're Already Doing It. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. So north definitely involves north node here. Look at the north node in your chart. So if you don't know about astrology, you kind of move away from your south node into your north node, and that kind of aligns you more with your purpose in life. So what's happening here is that you basically are moving more towards your north node, and it says you're already doing it. So it's a good thing for you. It is a good thing that it's happening. It's happening now. So I don't think there's anything for you to fear here. But there is something for you to plan, since this is a reading about planning. So let me get some tarot cards. And maybe that'll give us a little bit more information about this. Let's see if we can get anything with that. So you got the Fool. Definitely something starting here. There's something for you to kind of start and begin and kind of trust, you know, the journey and the process along the way. The Nine of Swords. So like you're in your head about something, and again, basically stop overthinking. It came out twice. So there's something starting here, something that you're in your head about. And I feel like you're kind of worrying for nothing at this point. Even though this card is a little negative, there is like a little light energy here. You see that the white crow? This is like a good thing. It means you're not really alone in this. And it's something that you will definitely move out of. So you're moving somewhere, but there is a need for you to plan. So far, it's talked about the beginning and you being in your head. Knight of Wands. So like you'll find some happiness here with your passion. So it's something that you're passionate about. Whatever this is, whatever you're moving towards, there's a need for you to kind of plan. But let's get more information about that first. Page of Wands, there's something about learning here. And the Wheel. So you're aligning more with your true purpose, your North Node in life, by learning more about yourself and your passions. And with the Wheel, it's kind of like this is kind of fated for you. So you're leaning more towards your fate. And it's not just about planning, right? So you're, I would look at your North Node in your birth chart and look up more about that, because there's like so many, I cannot cover that here. There's, it has to deal with like the degree that that planet is in. It has to deal with the what sign it's in and what house it's in. So, look all of that up, and I think it would tell you more information about this and how it's going to affect you. So your South Node may be like what you're doing now, but you're slowly moving into your North Node. And that's what your guides want here. So don't be afraid of this. Stop overthinking. You're kind of doing what you need to. You're learning more about what you kind of want to manifest and what's really meant for you, rather than just, doing whatever you want. Let me see if I can get information about like any suggestions for you. So right now it's really just giving us information, like what's happening, what you'll be doing. But let's see if there's any suggestions for you. I'm kind of feeling this. Spirit has my back, spirit guide protection, superior help, and reassurance. So your guidance here is that you have your spiritual team with you. You have your spiritual team with you, and they have your back. They're protecting you along the journey. They're guiding you where you need to be. So I don't think there is a whole lot for you to fear here. You're already moving into your North Node, which is a really good thing for you, because that means you're letting go of your South Node. Cosmic Self and Inner Child. Some of you may be star seeds, and there's a need for you to figure that out. There's different qualities to every star seed, but also inner child came out. So there's a need for you to kind of heal that. And I think whenever you do heal this inner child, it'll be more easy for you to move into your North Node. So your inner child may be keeping you, it may be anchoring you to your South Node, and that's affecting you by not letting you move forward in life. So definitely look into inner child healing and how to, help and fix that. Basically, a way that you can kind of do that is with meditation, like looking back at your past experiences, any trauma that you have as a child, seeing that, accepting it, not necessarily letting it go, because that doesn't really make any sense, but maybe you are accepting what happened and letting yourself move forward instead of letting it build fear in you, right? Or anger or whatever. So instead of like letting it kind of chain you up and keep you from moving forward, you're kind of like breaking those chains, and you're still, even though you went through that type of experience, you're letting yourself move forward into better things. And like your life isn't defined by this one moment. Like maybe a few years of your life out of like what, 80 years or 100, whatever, however long you live. So this is really important for you. Let me see if I can get one more from the third oracle deck that we used. So you got the card Mintakan, it says longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. If I'm not mistaken, this could be a type of starseed here. Or I would look up that word, perhaps. Let me do that now, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so it says Mintakans are a soul group who originated on a planet in the constellation Orion. They were the first star beings to travel to Earth and believed to be the original light workers. The Mintakans' home planet is thought to have been a water world with water so pure that you can see through it for miles. For this reason, Mintakans feel most at peace and at home when in or around crystal clear water. They are here to teach us to see potential in everything and the light in all beings. Many Mintakans have a odd longing for home and struggle with feeling like they don't belong. It is thought that this is due to their home planet no longer being in existence. If you pull this card, it could mean that you are a Mintakan or are longing for a sense of belonging, and root chakra healing is necessary for you to feel safe and secure. Perhaps you feel this longing to find home without knowing where it is. It also mentions that perhaps you've been moving around a lot and yearn for a place on Earth to call your own. If so, you are being called to connect with Mother Earth and create it for yourself now. To choose where you feel most at home and create it rather than waiting for the feeling of belonging to come. So basically, it's funny that this kind of mentions traveling, right? Like we were talking about that, or some type of moving energy. And Mintakans, like I mentioned, is a starseed, so I was right about that. But not only are you kind of healing your inner child through this, you're also healing your starseed energy as well. So it's saying that Mintakans are basically the original, the first light beings to come to Earth, the first star seeds, basically. And there is a need for you to move away from your South Node into your North Node. And this should involve some type of feeling like the space that you're in is home rather than, what you're feeling now, which may be a longing for home. But this is relating to your inner child as well. So maybe you have some type of trauma from your childhood that has affected you negatively, and it's not allowing you to feel secure in your own home. But I think once you figure out these two issues here, you will be more aligned with your North Node, and life will be a lot easier for you. So that is, I think, very clear what your guides want you to work on and what your guides want you to, get as a message here. Again, they're also saying that they're always with you. They're protecting you. So there's nothing for you to worry about here. But let's pull a few closing cards, because I think we got really good information from this reading. It says eternity. Give yourself permission to slow down. So literally, don't feel like you have to do this in one day. This will take a while. And I think it's even better for you to slow down than actually start this and, never take the time to kind of feel everything and kind of learn what you need to learn. Don't rush through everything. Slow down and do the healing properly. You got dream. It says wish upon a star. So I don't think this is necessarily talking about like a star, but you do have like this star seed energy, and maybe it's just confirmation for that. But also to follow your dreams. Don't be afraid of doing that. You got the moon. It says take time to reflect. So I think it's kind of interesting how you got a lot of like cosmic stuff here. which I think is kind of cool for you because you are a starseed and you do, have that other side of you. Or maybe you haven't even noticed it yet, and this is like the first time that it's kind of talked about. But take the time to reflect. The moon can also be very healing as well. So definitely look into inner child work and you kind of healing this Mintakan energy. But that is it for you for this reading. I hope this reading has helped you in some way. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and please interact if you would like to see more readings in this format and leave any suggestions that you have below. If you would like a personalized reading, my Etsy is also linked down below, but thank you for watching.